Sam Zygmuntovich. I'm sure people have heard of him. He's a great violin maker who lives in New York City. And his lecture is called The Creation of Sound. And what he'll be talking about is how a musician who's commissioning an instrument from a maker, a contemporary maker, communicates to the maker what kind of sound he wants. I mean, it seems like this would be easy, but when you're describing sound, sometimes musicians use the terms like chocolatey or velvety or rich, and sometimes it's hard to understand exactly what they're talking about, and I think he's going to have it all spelled out for you and teach you how to communicate with a maker as far as sound goes. How to tackle instruments and raw materials. This is an ongoing problem. I don't know if anybody's ever been stopped at a border with their instrument, but traveling from country to country now is getting more difficult to do. And as a maker, importing raw materials is getting really difficult, especially if you're a bow maker. You have Pernambuco that comes from Brazil. It's on the endangered species list. Ebony is on the list. The shell in the bow is on the list. What else do we have? Ivory, tortoiseshell, lizard, it's all on the endangered species list. So traveling that can be quite an issue. Young Chin, who's also vice president of the American Federation, will be speaking on this, and he's real knowledgeable about this. Actually, he had his bows taken away coming back from Germany, coming into his own country because he has a lizard on the grip. Actually, Fish and Wildlife is trying to come up with a thing called the Musical Instrument Passport, which is, I think, a great idea. This way, there would be a document. You could document your instrument, saying exactly what it is, what materials it's made out of, and then you could move freely from one country to another. Hopefully, they will have that done within the next year. Health and wellness for musicians. I don't know about you guys, but my neck is killing me. It might have something to do with standing like this for many hours a day, playing my violin. But this is, not most, but some musicians I know have some kind of physical problem. It is kind of like being an athlete. You're abusing your body to some extent. And these doctors are going to advise you how to prevent and how to treat certain injuries that go along with playing an instrument.
Peter, that
Yes.
particular guy
Mm-hmm.
has been the doctor for both Isaac Stern and Lou Reed. He's a really interesting man. I mean, I just think that he's going to actually work on somebody during the session that he gives.
That's great. I've had neck problems for a long time, and I tried everything, physical therapy, chiropractor. I finally tried acupuncture, and it worked for me. I didn't think it was going to work because they were sticking needles in my feet and hands, but it actually cured my neck problems, yeah. Okay, the next lecture is Isaac Cellco, who's a bow expert, and I've heard this lecture. He did it at the last Federation meeting. It's a great lecture on Eugene Sartori, who's one of the best makers of the last century, very popular bow maker. People love his bows. And I think Isaac is going to be coming out with a book soon about Sartori, so this is going to be a great lecture on Sartori. The Origins of the Violin by Philip Cass. Philip used to work for Menning out of Philadelphia, and he's a violin expert, a good lecturer, and he's going to be talking about, I guess, the origins of the violin, which is pretty remarkable when you think about it. How did the violin develop to such the perfect form 300 years ago, and it hasn't changed since then? I mean, people have changed things, but it doesn't really always work. And then the final, this isn't really a lecture, but there will be a donation of violins and a concert by the students of Opus 118. If anyone remembers Music of the Heart with Meryl Streep, that movie was about this music program in New York. And Mondomusica will be donating instruments to the students, and they'll be putting on a concert.
Isn't the second time?
The second time, right. We did it last year too, which is a great thing. And those are all the lectures. I hope to see everybody in New York. I think it's worthwhile to come out. And there are, I think on the website, are there hotels recommendations? Yeah. All right, I hope to see everyone in New York. Thanks.